What's up, everybody? Frozen Titan here, back again playing some Wild Hearthstone. Today we're going to check out the Odd Paladin deck that I've been playing on ladder recently, and we're going to start off playing against a Warlock. So we'll kind of dive deeper into that matchup, and let's start off with the mulligan. So we have the Lost in the Jungle, pretty good card to keep early on. We'll probably dump the rest here. We're really looking for some strong one-drop cards, as well as Muster for Battle is another card we're really looking for on the mulligan. Since we are on the coin, I'll point out I do tend to keep a Corridor Keeper if I'm offered one when we are on the coin turn. We can get it online fairly quickly. I remember kind of in the old days of this deck, you used to always keep a Corridor Creeper that was in your hand, but I think it's a little more situational than that now. So I only hold on to it if I'm on the coin. Okay, he's playing the Librarian. Doesn't tell us too much yet. Most of the decks really play that Librarian, so we do get the Muster for Battle, so we're going to see pretty strong swing turns here soon, and hopefully we'll realize what deck he's playing pretty soon so we can play around some of his removable spells. Okay, Mistress of Mixtures. Would kind of indicate that he's probably playing the Mecha'Thun deck, but we'll see. So let's get the Muster for Battle on. We do have to be a little weary of Defile in this matchup, so something to keep an eye out for as we move along. Do get the Corridor Creeper in hand, so the more and more minions we kill, this will hopefully go down to a 0 cost, and we'll get it down on the right turn. Okay, gets out the coil. Pretty good trainer next. Okay, gets down the Dark Skies, so we're not able to play the trainer, but we do have the free Corridor Creeper now, which is pretty nice. Go ahead and hero power. Let's get down the Protector and the Creeper. Don't want to overextend on the board too much, so we're not going to play the Lost in the Jungle. Kind of this matchup, as well as a lot of the Priest matchups, you got to be careful not to overextend. They have a lot of really great board clears that can take you out fairly easily, so definitely when you're playing Mecha'Thun, against Mecha'Thun Warlock or against Priest, be careful not to overextend, and just kind of watch how many cards you're putting out onto the board. Okay, we do see the Plague of Flames here, and he gets the Creeper, so kind of bad news there. Go ahead and play the Faceless Corruptor. Kind of just set up for next turn. Hopefully we can get down 8 damage on him. Really been enjoying this card in the deck. It gives you a lot more reach in terms of taking out bigger minions. Allows you to set up kind of some bigger swing turns if you just want to play it on a naked board like I did. In terms of how we reach bigger minions, we also play the Blessing of Might to get +3 attack. Blessing of Might also combos really well with a Leroy or a Deckhand to push a lot of damage face. When your opponent might not be expecting it. So, pretty good cards there. Okay, we get the heal bot out. One of the nice things about having the Protector down already is he has 2 hits that he would have to take here. So we can kind of just wait on that, unless he wants to play out another Plague of Flames. Let's go ahead and get our Vine Cleaver online here. And we'll go face. So pretty much we're on the all fronts towards lethal right now. So want to get out as many Silverhand recruits as possible so we can play down the trainer potentially next turn and win out here. Would expect to see, okay, there's a coil. Maybe like a Plague of Flames here, his other one. Maybe a Defile as well. Okay, Dark Skies. Gets really unlucky with his Dark Skies. So we actually have lethal on board unless he's able to pull off something here. Here's the Mixtures and a Defile probably. Plague of Flames. Okay. All right, we're still pushing him, kind of on the brink here. We do see the Blessing of Might come out. Not quite enough damage to push down yet, but let's just go ahead and hero power here. Again, we don't want to overextend, so we'll hold on to our trainer. We'll hold on to our Blessing of Might and see if we can pull anything out this turn. Otherwise, we should be pushing for lethal. He's used up a lot of his healing here. Yeah, he's kind of digging. So he's probably trying to find his Reno. Probably a Defile. Okay. So if we're able to draw a Deckhand or Leroy here, we'll be able to find some lethal. Instead, we find out another Warhorse Trainer. So we'll go ahead and Steward of Darkshire here and get a lot of these Divine Shield up Silverhand recruits. We'll go face and kind of hope that he doesn't have his Leroy, or no, I'm sorry, not Leroy, Reno in hand. So we have a full board of Silverhand recruits with Divine Shield. He'll need some pretty good removal to go ahead and get rid of that. He's already played his 2 Plague of Flames, his 2 Dark Skies. He's played his 1 Defile, so kind of Defile's the only other thing that would get him there. He is plot twisting to try and find an answer here, whether it's the Reno or whatever else he's looking for. One of the tough things playing against this Mecha'Thun Warlock is you always feel like you're on the edge of beating them, and then just doesn't quite happen. So see what Zephyrs can find him here. Probably just some healing. Brawl, okay. So even if we win this brawl, we can get there with the Blessing of Might or the Warhorse Trainer. If we lose the brawl, we're really unlucky. Okay, we do win the brawl, thank goodness. I was about to be tilted off the ladder. We draw the Leroy here, so we'll show him that. And yeah, take away the win here. So feel pretty good. We'll take it into one other game and see if there's any kind of more synergies we can show off here. We didn't really get our trainers down or our quartermasters, so hopefully we can show off some of those synergies. And if not, we'll take it into the collection as we usually do to show off any more of those that we want to. See what kind of matchup we're getting here. The only kind of matchups I've been struggling against recently are the Mage and sometimes Pirate Warrior. So I think I'm down like 5% on Pirate Warrior. So I'm winning like 45% of the time against them. So let's see if we can pull off a win here. We'll go ahead and keep the deckhand. Really strong one mana turn. We need the early on tempo, and we go first. So we need that board presence, especially if he's going to look to play N'Zoth's First Mate or something like that. We do also get offered the Lost in the Jungle here. Is something to consider if we draw... okay, we do draw a Muster for Battle. So Muster for Battle and Deckhand kind of combo really well because you get the charge effect. Let's go ahead and get off the Lost in the Jungle here. Would expect to see N'Zoth's First Mate here. If he plays nothing, might indicate he's not a Pirate Warrior or he has a really bad hand. Haven't seen too many warriors on the ladder though that haven't been playing Pirate. Alright, let's see if he can do something with the 2 mana turn. Kind of just playing the wait and see game right now. Alright, get the coin and the Sky Barge. Okay. So Sky Barge is a little threatening to us. Let's go ahead and get out the Muster for Battle. I'm inclined to do a full trade here since we don't have a Quartermaster or Trainer coming online. Let's go ahead and do that. Generally speaking, I don't like trading as the Odd Paladin unless it's against some of these like Demon Hunters or some of these Pirate Warriors. Really anything that relies on those tribal synergies. We need to get those pirates offline and the board cleared as quickly as possible because we don't want them to take advantage of any like ship's cannons, any pirate buffs. So, you know, they would have done tons of damage to us with the Sky Barge last turn if we would have left it online. Getting out 6 pirates onto the board this turn, so pretty nuts. Let's go ahead and get out the Righteous Cause, and let's start playing our deckhands in order to get rid of his presence on the board. So we're going to take the deckhands into the Parachute Brigands. Let's go ahead and trade off his deckhand, and we'll go ahead and get our Righteous Protector out. I'm not too inclined to trade into these 1/2s, considering he can't even break into our board. So let's take those face. We are kind of running out of steam here. So you see one of the big reasons we play a Divine Favor in the deck is as we're running out of steam, drawing this Divine Favor is really good. In an aggro v aggro matchup, it can be a little bit of a dead card. Because as you see here, he only has 4 cards in hand. He'll probably get down to 2 cards next turn. So we'll expect to see that you know, we won't get a ton of value out of the Divine Favor. I talked about this in previous videos, but I still don't have a Lothab in my collection. So I am running a Stand Against Darkness in place of that Lothab. The Stand Against Darkness is just a really strong board reloading tool. So do like that card in the deck as a replacement if you're like me and you're a bit of a scrub that doesn't have the Lothab. Alright, let's go ahead and clear off here and send these two face. So we're hoping that he clears off a bit of our minions to get the Corridor Creeper pretty much free next turn. If you are looking to trade, definitely trade with your non-Silver Hand Recruit minions. You saw I traded with the patches there. Because, you know, we basically do play kind of a tribal synergy deck having the Silver Hand Recruits. So, yeah, just a little kind of pitfall there you can avoid. Never Surrender is kind of a card we have yet to look at here. When your opponent plays a spell, we give our minions +2 health. Not a ton of spells in the aggro v aggro matchups. Can provide some value in the Demon Hunter matchup. But really we're looking for that in like a Mage or against any of those Warlocks that play really strong removal cards. So pretty good card for us there. Alright, we get the Muster for battle so we can kind of replace our board here. Feels good. I think trading is incorrect here. So let's go ahead and get the Muster for battle down. Let's get our Creeper down. And let's go face. Alright, so we're offering him a pretty strong board, so he's got to do something kind of clever here. Needs a ship cannon or yep, there it is. Okay, he's gonna try and take out the creeper. Not too bad for us. We can pretty easily take out his ship's cannon, so thankfully he hasn't drawn an Ankar or anything like that, or his Corsair Cache in order to draw that. Alright, get our Steward of Darkshire online. Send these two face, and then get to Divine Shield, Silverhand Recruits. We're 2 turns out from being able to play the Baku out of our hand. Could be nice as just kind of a final finisher. Drawing a Quartermaster off the top would be really good here. Kind of one of the only other cards we have yet to see in these 2 matchups. Giving our Silverhand Recruits +2/+2. Really the card you're looking for to send as much damage face as possible. Okay, he gets Sir Finley off here. Let's see what he chooses. Okay, he gets the ping. Yeah, that's pretty bad for us. Definitely would love to see that Quartermaster off the top. Another Steward of Darkshires. Okay. Not exactly the card we're looking for, but it does give our minions some longevity on the board. Again, holding out for some of those spells, some of those cards that will give us the face damage that we need. So I'd expect to see the Bloodsail Cultist trade into the Steward of Darkshire, Finley to proc off one of these Divine Shields. Okay, he does find his Enzos first mate. So he's able to pick off our Divine Shields fairly easily now, having the ping as well as the hook. Okay, so he's down to 5. We have 3 on board here. Let's go ahead and get the Baku down and kind of force him to deal with it. We'll clear off that. Man, very very nerve-wracking game as we're getting into the end here. You know, so many things that we could draw in our deck that we're really just not seeing. A lot of this kind of middle here is where we're getting our damage from, and we're just not drawing any of it. So some feels bad plays up in here. Thankfully, he's having a pretty bad game himself, not getting off any of his tools, the Corsair Cache, etc. We do finally draw our Quartermaster, so I've been talking about it all game, so I might as well play it to find the lethal here. But yeah, so you can see how that card works at least. You can see the animation. Not too much to offer you aside from that. So that's the Odd Paladin deck I've been playing recently. A little nostalgic for me. I remember playing a lot of Odd Paladin on the constructed ladder. So maybe you're nostalgic for this deck as well, and you want to take it into the wild ladder. It's performing pretty well, hovering right around that 60% mark. So feeling pretty strong about the deck. Definitely think if I played it a little longer, could find some inches maybe I'm missing. Doing pretty well in the meta as well. Like I said earlier, really only struggling sometimes against Pirate Warriors, and then mainly against the Mages. So yeah, hope you enjoyed the video today. Hope you take the Odd Paladin into the ladder and have a lot of success. Please like and subscribe if you haven't already. And if you have any suggestions for a deck you'd like to see in the future, do leave it below in the comments, and I will play it in a future video. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you all next time.